I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, this isn't my favourite job so far in the van. It's pretty stressful. It's quite high, babe. We have drilled it too high. I'm Cheska, this is Ben, and this is our little hitchhiker river. We've spent the last year travelling Europe in our self-built sprinter van Sophia, but new horizons are calling. In 2021, we'll be driving all the way to Cape Town, South Africa. Before we go, we're making some upgrades to Sophia to get her ready for those African roads. Subscribe and join us for the ride. Any leaks?
No leak at all. No leak, no water, no snow running in. Excellent.
Well, good morning everyone. Our plans to go to the workshop today have been thwarted. We have woken up in Narnia. The snow yesterday, I've never seen anything like it. Look at this snow. We've probably had about a good foot and a half of snow, and even just an inch of snow in the UK just brings it to a standstill. And the roads have not been gritted, they're icy, absolutely like covered in snow, and it's just not really drivable. I guess if you're like from Canada or Sweden or anywhere we actually get real snow, this is pretty laughable. But in the UK, we don't really get snow like this very often, and it's amazing. It's so cool. This is like a winter wonderland. Yeah. Look at me. What's that? Please help me to find the strength to let go. So some of the snow has melted on the roads today. We need to go to Screwfix and B&Q, so we're gonna do that today in the car rather than in the big van when it's like really icy roads. Okay, so I think we're on the road, just about. Because we've had such heavy snowfall, we're just going to leave it another day before we head up to the unit. And we're making the most of today by getting all the bits we need. B&Q, Screwfix. Are we going to Wix?
Not Wix, no, we're going to miss that.
No, we haven't got the Holy Trinity today. The decision-making process. Just stare at the wood for a while. The snow is pretty much melted out and we are heading back to the unit. We've got some holes to cut in the van still, and we're going to try and get it in before it starts raining, which I'm sure is going to be soon. I think one of the biggest challenges about doing a van build in the winter is not only are you trying to dodge a lot of like bad weather, but also when we're using stuff like sealant and whatever, and it's like minus temperatures and it doesn't work very well, that's been a little bit of an issue as well, hasn't it? What's really exciting is that we've had confirmation that our ceiling is arriving tomorrow morning, which means that hopefully it shouldn't be too long before we can get started on the interior, which I'm so excited about, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well.
Right, so the plan today is we're going to cut the holes, the first two holes in the van, one for the gas inlet, one for the water inlet. So we'll do the water one first, because I need to make up the gas pipe. Anyway. We're just going to have to drill, aren't we, and go for it.
So obviously for the water we need to drill a hole in the side of the van and a hole in the floor of the van for the pipe to connect to the tank. And I think we're going to drill that one first and then do the actual inlet afterwards. It's just a lot of back and forth trying to figure out which is the best place to put it.
There's the curve.
Yep, all clear.
How was that?
Yeah, good, perfect. It's really hard trying to avoid this bit of the van because we can't really see from the inside if it's going to hit this bit, or we obviously want it on this flat panel here, we want the electric hookup here and the water here. Yeah, it's quite high, babe. Okay, so guys, so we have drilled it too high. So we're hoping that we can cut this out as we need to drill lower now. This is horrible.
This is horrible, you're right, it is horrible. There's nothing worse than, you know, cutting in to the side of your own van, is there? It just feels wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's awake.
It feels wrong when you're not, I'm like 100% sure that that is the exact place.
You're not professional, that's what it is.
How's that fitting?
Perfect.
Oh.
Coat the rim in Hammerite and then let that dry, and we might move on to the gas one next.
I think it's going to miss the rib. This would be so much easier if we could drill the pilot holes from the outside in, where we want it on the outside, but obviously there's all these ribs and stuff in the way, so we don't want it to hit that. So we're trying to figure out kind of where this spot is on the outside.
From there, yeah?
You need to be further in from there, that's the rib.
Okay.
In fact, I know this is, hang on. This is very technical work going on.
Okay, go on, have a look.
Because obviously we also want it to line up nicely with the water one that we just put in, so it's just a bit of back and forth again.
That is all the holes drilled for today. I think. The Hammerite is dried. Just gonna whack a load of Sikaflex on this, and we're gonna fit in our water intake.
There we go.
This doesn't look too bad, does it? Oh, hang on.
There we go.
So what we did, and big thanks to Greg Virgo for this, is we just cut some 5mm ply and use that to screw into, so it pulls and sandwiches it together really nicely. So that won't go anywhere.
I'll put a link in the description to the Greg Virgo video that we're using basically as our Bible for doing this job. It's really, really handy and just explains it step by step. He really knows what he's talking about, as always. But yeah, this isn't my favourite job so far in the van. It's pretty stressful.
I think that what I'm looking forward to, the bit I'm looking forward to is
You've
like...
got the stick effects on your nose.
Oh, what I'm really looking forward to is the framing bit, the wood
yeah, getting stuck
bit.
into the interior, and so you can start to kind of see it come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the electrics.
Last
I'm looking
few
forward to
bits.
electrics. But as I said, doing the electric hookup, the gas and the water intake are the last two big things on the outside of the van.
Yeah.
Though we are going to put more feet for extra bars for roof racks, aren't we? So that's not too bad though. That is just literally melting the clips off or prizing them off and then bolting through. So that's easy. Thank you. Okay, so that is going to go on there, and then we'll just feed it down. Right. Oh my God! Here we go. A whole. Loving you is gonna do me hard. Okay, push. Does it look like the Sikaflex getting squeezed out? Cool, so I'm tightening them slowly.
Okay, well that is the gas and the water inlets fitted. Thank the Lord, that was a pretty stressful job, but we did it, it's all in.
If you're wondering about the roof rack, in the first lockdown, a year ago nearly, we had a Rhino modular roof rack, and it weighed about 60 kilos, and we wanted to shed that because it was just 60 kilos not doing anything. So what we did is we took the roof rack off, got rid of that, or sold it, and then all I did was kept the feet because these were perfect, and then ran aluminium bar across, which I think weighed about 5-6 kilos in the end. So we went from a 60 kilo to a 6 kilo. So it's just a makeshift one we knocked up together. Bought the aluminium bar online, cut it to the size we need, treated it with Hammerite, and yeah, we've had it on there for a year nearly, and it's perfect. No problems whatsoever. Put one here, which means we've got a bar here and a bar there, and we can make some sort of mesh style storage bit on top there where we can strap things down to. I think that would work.
Okay, so we had a bit of rain overnight and all of the holes are holding up well. No leaks.
No leaks yet, we're good. But we do have the electric hookup to fit today. The last of the holes being drilled into the side of the van. Past couple of videos, you've all been concerned for my eye safety. So I got myself some protective glasses, so you'll all be happy. Let's get on.
Had a very exciting delivery this morning. Our ceiling has arrived. That was a sneak peek there, but we'll show you that properly in a bit. Ready? I just thought I'd quickly mention that if you want to see more of the kind of build in real time, feel free to head over to our Instagram where we're putting kind of more up-to-date stories and photos and stuff about the build. So if you want to see more of that kind of stuff, feel free to go and follow us over there. The link is in the description. Well, that is a 3 holes cut. Well done, babe. How relieved. How relieved are you that that is done? I think for me that was like hands down the worst job we've done in both van builds.
Hands off.
But just like stress level, you have to get it right first time. Yeah. But it's over, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the max air fan is in, the roof rack feet are all bolted in, and we are confirmed there are no more leaks. It is time to get this ceiling insulated again. We've had to buy an entire huge sheet of bloody Celotex just for this tiny little bit. But yeah, once all this is vapor sealed and secured again, we can get the new ceiling up. So the last time we put the Celotex up on the ceiling, we used Sikaflex and then kind of like wedged it up. But thanks to our friends Lee and Sarah, we've got a much more efficient way of doing it this time, which is these little push pins with sticky back plastic on this side, and we just stick it on the ceiling and push the Celotex into it. Very excited to try this. Been keeping busy doing?
Knocked up the 2 wheel arch boxes. So last time we used 12mm ply and framing, and this time we've got thinner, lighter framing and 5mm ply. So shed a little bit of weight there. So everywhere we can lose weight, we're trying. It includes me. So I'm trying to burn off all the Christmas packets.
Okay, so this bad boy is part of our new ceiling. We weren't originally sure about PVC cladding because we didn't just want the plain white cladding, but then Ben found a website called Targwall, was it? Targwall, that have all these kind of like veneers over the top of the PVC cladding and give it all sorts of like different looks. You can order samples on there as well to get an idea of what you like, and we found this beautiful like pine effect cladding basically. It's nice and wide. We wanted to also get away from the big dark ceiling and the dark bulkhead that we had last time. That drove me mad by the end. So yeah, we're going for PVC cladding that should hopefully look like wood cladding. And yeah, it's kind of got this like almost just like a wood veneer on it that it's got all the knots in the wood or the graining. It looks really, really nice. So I'm very, very excited to get this up and see what it's like.
It should hopefully be next week, shouldn't it?
Which should hopefully be next week. Well, it has been a long day today. I guess with doing a van build in the winter, you just have to make the most of the daylight hours and the good weather, and it started raining now, but I wanted to show you I've got the ceiling finished. So it's a bit dark in here, obviously you have no lights, but we have a fully insulated ceiling. All ready for the PVC cladding to go on next week, which I'm so excited about. And Ben, just in time, looks like he's finished the other wheel box arches.
Done.
Wheel arch boxes.
Arch box.
We do have a big sweeping brush, but we forgot it today. So.
The one day we would bloody need it.
Shall we call it? Shall we? I normally say, shall we go for a? Shall we go for a? Oh, you couldn't turn your head anymore to the side. Shall we leave it there for today? Yes. So that's us pretty much done for today, and I think we're going to leave the video there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this van rebuild series. Hopefully it will get more exciting for everyone next week as we can start to really see like changes on the inside and get the interior done. If you're new here, please feel free to subscribe and give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and we shall see you next Sunday.
Another week done. Come on then, let's go. It's not often I get to drill 3 holes in one day.
I'm not putting that in. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not, it's filth. It's got to come through the ply as well.
What's got to come through the ply?
The pipes, the water pipe.
It's got to come through the ply?
Yeah, on the wall.
Yes, yeah, it will, yeah.
Oh.